How we doing, guys? Hope everyone's well. George here, Grit Outdoors. Excuse me looking a absolute state. I've been paddleboarding all day, to be honest. So I've caught the sun. I fell in a couple of times and yeah, made a complete embarrassment of myself, but that's what it's all about. Now, today I'm going to show you the reveal of the new Grit Outdoors vehicle. So I've got it right in front of me now. I'm just taking some quick photos, just come to an industrial park just to show you, and then this is going to be the new project. Obviously with the Amarok sold, I'm gutted about it, emotionally attached to that for sure. Obviously Callum's got his Touareg, which is sick. He's done really well with that, just the right mods, not really anything else to do to it. We're going to put a tent on it, and then actually get out and use it properly. So obviously we've got a bit of a Volkswagen theme, Amarok, Touareg, and I've got Transporter as well, but it's been poorly. So today might throw you a little bit. It's not a Volkswagen, that's all I'm going to say. If you want to guess what it is, let me know in the comments down below, just while we're doing this, and you will find out any second. So if you're ready, I'm going to spin the camera. Here's the new Grit Outdoors Project Off-Roader. So guys, there it is. This is Project Discovery 3. So we've just picked this up, or I've just picked this up. So this is actually going to be my personal vehicle to replace the Amarok. It's a bit of a shot in the dark. I love Land Rover, especially the Discovery. A Discovery 4 commercial is exactly what I want. However, this came up so cheap, I could not buy it, and it was so clean. I haven't actually even cleaned it. I've been driving it around for a couple of days. I haven't cleaned it, but let's go talk you through everything around it, what's good, what's bad, and we're gonna completely transform this into everything you need to overland, to go off-road, to explore the whole of Europe, UK, wherever you want to go. We're going to build this to do everything you need it to. So we're not going to go for the most expensive things. If we can hand make things, we can, but we want to get involved with small independents, and we'll just get the best with value for money that we can, and we'll see where we end up with this. Now, I've got big plans in my head. Before I even buy a vehicle, I tend to picture what it's going to be like finished before I've even bought one. So I've got big plans for this. Obviously, we want to do it on a bit of a budget. I'm not actually 100% sure what that is yet, because I haven't really made a list. So we're going to talk about budgets, where we can cut back on things, because you don't need to spend a fortune to get out there and explore. You know, it's unnecessary for those that haven't got that kind of income, for those that haven't got loads of money to spend. Don't feel like you can't get out there, explore some lanes, whether it's the UK, Europe, Ireland, wherever you want to go, you can adventure. We'll camp, but like I say, we're going to do this on a budget. Things maybe that I've got in mind already that are unnecessary. We'll talk about where we can cut back, what the benefits of maybe making things, whether or not we buy a draw system, make a draw system, whatever it may be. But this is a brand new channel, or a brand new series on our channel, and this is going to be Project Overland Discovery 3. Right guys, so let's look around this. Now, as you can see from a distance, it actually doesn't look too bad. It's pretty straight. It looks pretty clean. Like I say, I haven't even washed this. Been using this for a couple of days now, and it's been good as gold. I just wanted to sort of make sure we kind of bought a good one before we did anything to it. So this is a late 2008 58 plate with 161,000 miles on it. Okay, it's got 2 owners from new and basically full Land Rover history. So what I'll do, we'll go round. I don't know everything about Discovery 3s, but I'll talk to you about what I do know, what to potentially look out for on them, because they are problematic. A lot of people are scared of them. I'm scared of it already. It's still on its air suspension. It's the 2.7 TDV6, okay? But there is a lot of potential for big bills with these, okay? You can't just go out and buy them because they're cheap. You've got to remember they were a 50, 60,000 pound vehicle new, and they do have 50, 60,000 pound price, you know, repairs and maintenance bills. Do you know what I'm saying? It's you're maintaining a 50, 60,000 pound car, not a sub £5 car. So starting through these wheels. Now I believe these are like Stormer wheels. They are factory wheels, but just the 18s on there. Hate them, absolutely hate them. They're not the worst wheels for these Discovery 3s, but I hate them. However, near enough brand new tyres on the front and pretty good on the back, so we can't argue. On this one as well, the wheel arches are colour coded, which I don't know if it was done from factory, but it kind of, you normally don't get that on the 3, you get it on the 4. So grille is hideous. It's some awful chrome. This is an SE, which is the one down from the top spec HSE, but I don't have the xenon lights. Don't know why. Maybe it's been in an accident before, I don't know. But then I don't think you could take off the xenons and put these. Maybe you could, not sure. It's HPI clear, says it's not been an accident, but you never know. Now, again, this side is really, really clean. This scratch, it's quite deep. I can feel it with my finger now, so it won't come out. That was done when I was parked 2 nights ago outside the village chip shop. Now, I didn't buy it with that, but that's one thing that really annoys me, because I don't want to paint the door, because if you know about painting the door, even on a black car, you've basically got to paint the side, and I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep to a budget. So it's got a heavy duty tow bar, which I hate. That'll come off. I do like having a tow bar, but they do a like a swan neck one, which you just clip on. So that will be coming off, because if you look at your departure angle, is going to be absolutely rubbish. So like I say, overall outside, obviously it's caused some car park dents. So if you've got one down the side of your car, the state of that door, it's probably that. Also very, very common with these, I know it looks like it's been chewed by a dog, but that is actually someone shutting the seatbelt. Because when you get out of these, take your seatbelt off, bang, leave it like that, and the seatbelt tends to stay there. So you could damage the seatbelt, which was an MOT advisory, and the seatbelt damages not only that, but the door too. Every Discovery 3 has a rip in the seat. This one has been patched, but for 160,000 miles, it's not too bad. So it's got the memory seats, it's got the Harman Kardon Logic 7 surround sound, which is cool. No lights on the dash. The only one obviously is my seat belt. Heated seats, aircon, which we've just had regas because that was essential, but it does actually work at least. I thought it might be something worse, but he said no, it should just need gassing. Obviously got the terrain response. which is weird because it doesn't have the 4x4 thing on the screen. So I don't know why, if someone wants to explain that. Got cruise control, but doesn't have the phone button. So it's got a phone button here, but it hasn't got Bluetooth, which is a bit annoying. But then a 2008 Bluetooth probably wouldn't work anyway. No sunroof, which with these is quite essential, because a friend of mine told me that if you find one with a sunroof, which I think is the HSEs, they're notorious to drip water down into some electrical system, and it's very expensive. Which, not being funny, with the price you pay for these cars, you're better off just writing them off. So in the back, really clean, as you can see. It's also got these, which is for rear entertainment, but it hasn't got rear entertainment. So again, very weird. It's also got them in the boot, so that's rear entertainment for the third row, but again, no rear entertainment. So the key things to look out for is obviously the suspension working. If it's still on air, test it up, down, as many times as you can. If it's going to throw a fault, it's going to throw a fault. It could throw another one in 5 minutes just after you've paid the money and driven it down the road, but you got to hope it doesn't. Now, the other things to look out for is decent tyres on it always helps. It's always a sign of, you know, a well looked after car, or someone who's actually spent the money on. This one has the front bush pins knocking on them, which is quite common. It was an advisory on the MOT, but it's not an expensive thing to replace. The main things are the airbags, oil pump is a common thing, and also the turbos, because the turbos, they can last a couple of 100,000 miles, but you've got to lift the whole body off to do them. There will be people that will go, you can do them without, but there's not many people that want to try and attempt it. Also, with any sort of modern-ish diesel, you've got EGR valves, DPFs. EGR valves are common on these, and they also have a horrible crossover pipe. Now this goes above the gearbox. If that's going, you'll hear like a high-pitched noise when you're driving it. It basically is a pipe that joins both exhaust manifolds. If that goes, again, it's body off. Whilst you've got body off, you might as well do the turbos. So to do all of that, you're probably looking at a £3 bill. The only other thing really, if you're buying an automatic, you can buy these in a manual, is simply gearbox. Make sure the changes are smooth, up and down, there's no roughness, there's no jerking, juddering, pulling away, and you'll be fine. So there are good ones and bad ones. Service history is vital with these, it really is. Just check for the general knocks and bangs, but otherwise you've got such a good base vehicle to start with. So what we're going to do is do this in a series of episodes and talk you through what we do, accessories we buy, start to finish. And this is Project Discovery Overland. So guys, that's just going to conclude my video today. Please like, share and subscribe. Obviously we're a brand new channel, this is our first series. We were going to do more with the Amarok and stuff. We've been on some serious adventures with it, just never got round to video, and it can be really hard to. So we're going to do the most we can with this, but we'll go through all the build, the budgets, the good and the bad, and then what we'll do is we'll see what adventures we can do with it standard, and then as we go on with tyres, suspension, whatever we decide to do. So join us for the next one. Make sure you subscribe, hit that like button, share it as much as you can. It really helps us as a business, and let's see what happens with Project Discovery Overland.